up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny and thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor and make sure to click on that subscribe button. Make sure to also like this video and share it with your friends. For today's video, I am going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to pass your online studies, how to pass at Unisa, how to balance your work life as well as your personal life and your study life, because it can really get a bit overwhelming. As someone that was working full-time and studying at the same time, as well as had my own personal life that I wanted to take care of, it was really difficult for me. There were times, trust me, where I wanted to cry. There were times where I was just like, I'm over this. There were times where I just wanted to give up because I was like, how do I do this? How do I do this? And with these tips that I'm going to give you, it's going to make the whole journey much easier for you, because I wish actually somebody had told me some of these things, because I was winging it. I was just doing whatever was going to work, and most of the time, must I add, I was actually struggling. I was struggling so much because the work that I was working at had shifts. Sometimes I was working late until 8, 9. Then I still have assignments that I need to do, and I still need to be with family. It was really hard for me, and I hope these tips will actually help somebody out there. Doesn't matter which year you're on, but this will give you a few things that helped me in my journey. The first tip, which is something that everybody knows, but I feel like people do not really take seriously, is to be disciplined, right? The first thing you need in this whole studying journey is discipline. So many of us are just here, we are winging it, we are whatevering, but honestly speaking, discipline is what you need, right? And when I say discipline, it's just that you need to be able to say to yourself, I'm not going to that party, I am studying. So make sure to be disciplined. Like, tell yourself, listen, if I've set time to do this, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not doing anything else until this assignment is submitted. I'm not, like, set those things for yourself. You know yourself, so you need to make sure that you do it the right way. That's going to work for you. For number 2 is to set time aside for yourself to study, right? Through the mess of studying, working, personal life, whatever life, everything else, it's so hard to actually set time for yourself. So what I do, or something that helped me a lot, was to actually set time in my calendar, right, on my phone or whenever, to say now it's the time to study, right? Sometimes you don't really stick with it because obviously the discipline and a lot of things, but honestly, having it on a calendar for myself helped me so much, because when it's on a calendar, it reminds you, it says you need to set time for this, right? You need to study now. Tomorrow at this time you're studying. You sort of mentally prepare yourself, which helps you a lot, So set time for yourself to study. Don't say you're going to wing it. That thing you want to do of saying, I'm going to study the day before, is going to catch up with you. So another tip is to have study partners or study groups. I know there's a lot of like, I don't like study groups because people, they get distracted, they do this. But listen, for me at Unisa, study groups helped me so many times, because that's where you actually get to share knowledge. No, this is how I understand it. Actually, this is how I understand it. Oh, actually, I was wrong. Study groups will help you with that. It gives you an understanding of, or somebody else's perspective of things. You can get to look at something holistically, right? Unlike when you're alone. If you're alone, 1 + 1 is 11. And no one is going to be there to say, oh, well, no, but what if, because that's how you're going to be looking at it. So study groups has helped me so much. So if you are studying, try see if there are people that live around the same area as you that can help each other, not to copy, not to do anything, but to help each other, right? To work together, so that when you don't understand, you can actually ask them. Because what I noticed with this whole online studying thing, it's really hard, especially for Unisa, to get to ask the lecturer, to ask, like, it's really hard, right? And I feel like sending an email is not as good as like when you literally call the person or ask them, like, hey, show me, how did you do this? How can we do it? So make sure that you actually do get those study groups. Another thing that was great with Unisa, there were Telegram groups, so those were nice because there's like lots of students, right? We all doing assignment 2. You guys can get to compare answers if you have to, or see, okay, no, but this is wrong, go look at chapter 2 again. The answer actually is, it says this and this and this. Do you understand it? Okay, this, how do we do this calculation? Like, you actually get to see everybody working on things and helping each other, right? That way it really makes the job much easier. Studying alone for me hurt so much because I just feel like, why am I even doing this, you know? But if you are with a group, at least you guys can push each other. When this one is feeling demotivated, the others can say, let's do it. We need to keep on pushing. You get what I mean? Another thing that helped me so many times is past papers. Go Unisa, guys. I don't know about other institutions and how they work, but with Unisa, past papers are your best friend. Listen, you can leave the study groups, you can leave the planning, you can leave don't leave the reminders, but past papers are your best friend, because if you go through past papers, you are guaranteed you will pass. Why do I say that? For the exams that I was doing, the past papers help me because you get to understand the questions they're going to ask you, what types of questions they're going to ask you, how they're going to word them, what they need. Then you can look at memos, right? So past papers and your memos are your best friend. Go look at those things. Trust me, they will help you. You'll notice that maybe they keep repeating the same question because they want you to understand something in it. Then you get to understand how it's done. Look at the memo. Do it yourself, then look at the memo. Okay, this is how they did it. Actually, it's better like this. You get marks for noting this, this, and this, and this. It actually makes things much easier. So if there's one thing you must take from this video, is the past papers. Another thing that has helped me so many times, especially with studying law, was to Google the words. Guys, there are many words I did not understand, Latin words that I did not understand. I was like, what the heck is this now? Like, what's this? Like, I think that was the hardest thing for me. Just understanding what this means, what that means, what this means, that was my biggest thing. So Google is your best friend. Where you don't understand a word, guys, there's no use reading there, hey, ban, what. Rather go and Google that word, what does it mean, and then write notes for yourself. Okay, this is what it means, so that next time when you see the word, you know, oh, okay, this one actually it means this. You get what I mean? Because otherwise it just looks foreign to you. It's going to be harder for you to understand. So if there's things you don't understand, simple English words, I Google them. Like the other day I saw a word called sanctify. I was like, what the heck is that? I go and I Google, because I do want to read something and I don't understand what it actually means, because what's the purpose? You get what I mean? So make sure to Google. Another thing, make your notes. We are different as people. You need to understand your study style, how you study. There's people that want to read something out loud. Ban did this. They want to read it out loud, read it to a teddy bear, such things. Understand yourself, find out what works for you. For me, I'm a bit of everything. I like to read things out loud, but I also love to write my notes, right? So normally at like your Mr. Price and that, they have these, right? And they're really actually affordable. So they've got like such notebooks. You can buy one of these or a few of these for your modules, right? Use them to write your notes, to give yourself a better understanding. Break down every sentence. Do whatever that you need to make yourself understand. That for me helped me so many times, because when I write notes, I understand it better. Even when I'm asked, I can actually think outside the box because I truly understand what was said. Unlike just cramming things and then tomorrow you don't even know what they're saying. If they ask the question in a weird way, you lose it completely. You get what I mean? So write your notes or do your recordings, watch the videos, whatever that works for you, do that. Understand yourself so that you can actually use yourself to the fullest potential. But anyway, those are my tips and tricks on how to study online and actually pass, and as well as how to balance your work life, personal life, study life, everything into one. So I hope these tips have helped you, because I believe they would have helped me if I knew them earlier. So please make sure to like the video, comment below what your study tip is, what you do that makes you study better. And yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. Mwah.